I am one with my glorious I Am Presence and Holy Christ Self, my personalities, body elemental, and new spirit. All parts of my being are in balance, harmony, and alignment. And I am now ready for today's message. And I will begin by asking a question of Metatron. This question is from one of our viewers. My question is related to animals and the suffering of animals on this earth. This is a topic which brings me confusion, and I would like some clarity. I have been vegan or lacto-vegetarian most of this life. Most people I know are not bothered by inhumane treatment of animals for human consumption. I have sought answers for why animals are suffering in the great numbers to the degree that they are, and the answer I have come up with is to teach humans compassion and the value of sentient life. Greetings, beloveds. I am very happy to address this question, as I know that many of you are thinking and feeling the same questions in your heart. In response to the first part of this question, as to why the animals are suffering to such a degree, I would respond by saying, it is because humans have lost the sense of oneness with all life. It was never intended that the animals should suffer to such a degree. It is only an extension of what humans are doing to themselves that is causing all of this suffering to all of life. The plant life, the mineral life, all forms of divine expression on this planet are suffering at this time because humans have totally lost their sense of oneness with all that is. The first separation occurred when they lost the feeling of oneness with God. And then little by little, this sense of separation has expanded into all the other forms of life of which they are aware. And that is the principal source of all suffering on this planet. Okay, I'll continue with the rest of the question. How can I be an effective voice for animals while not pushing against something I don't want or judging someone else to be wrong? Today I heard suggestions including prayer and envisioning those with hardened hearts having white light wrapped around them. Perhaps the solution is, if I want to be the change I want to see in the world, I should speak out for myself, my own opinions, rights, and perspective with grace and positivity. I can choose to honor and allow my own emotional guidance instead of suppressing or killing off my feelings. Yes, beloved, that is very wise. Prayer is always very effective. And it is important that you speak your truth. Only you can control whether or not you are judging another. And so, be very conscious when you speak that you are not allowing that element of judgment to enter into your words. It might help that when you are speaking to another person, that you simply open your heart in love for that person. And if, in addition to feeling love, you can visualize or simply imagine that they are a divine being, in spite of what they think about themselves, in spite of what they do. There is a divine being within them. And speak to that divine being. Sometimes just suggesting that they know what is the most perfect thing to do at all times will help them connect with their own divine selves. Any way you can find to enhance the divine self within another being will help in all of the communications that you undertake with them. Also using the violet flame, for example, around slaughterhouses, around stores that sell animal products. The violet flame is very powerful in doing this. And I will relate to you the technique that Christmas uses. Because within her town is a rather harsh environment where they keep cattle, or cows rather, confined in a very limited, dirty space, and then they milk the cows for dairy products. There is a horrific stench emanating from this very small field where thousands of cows are kept in confinement. So what she does each time she thinks of this space is she gives thanks for the day when humanity will no longer consume any animal products. So you can give thanks in this way too, anytime you think of people still consuming animal products. And remember that it's not that they are okay with this inhumane treatment. Most of them are simply unaware of it. They do not realize the traumatism that these animals go through when they are waiting in line to be butchered, because they are aware of every animal in their group as it undergoes this process, which is often quite brutal. And so, by giving your love and blessings, by giving your thanks that these processes will no longer be taking place, you are helping. And sometimes, if you feel called to tell other people about the horrific environment that these animals are living in and experiencing, then feel free to do so. But try to do it in a way that you are not making the other person feel defensive because they will still make the choice to continue to eat meat and consume dairy products, in spite of the fact that these horrible things are occurring. Let your sharing be from a place of wishing to inspire the person, but not trying to change the person or force the person into agreeing with you in any manner whatsoever. This is true, beloveds, not only for the consumption of meat, but for all of the evil practices that people are still engaging in, whether it be rape, kidnapping, the chemtrails, the political environment, the financial environment, the medical environment, there are still very many people engaged in what I will simply call evil practices, because they are practices that harm rather than do good. And please remember that among these people that are engaged in these evil practices, there are still many who are doing it out of ignorance rather than out of an evil intention. And there are those as well, beloveds. And so with all of them, you can use prayer and blessing. Ask that divine truth be revealed to them. Ask that their hearts be softened and opened to receive divine wisdom, so that they can then act upon it. And be grateful for the time when none of this evil will be in existence on this earth. It will all have been transmuted and will exist no more. Give thanks and blessings for that day, and you will make it come that much more quickly to all of you. I thank you for listening to this video. I love and bless you always. I am Metatron.